This is Paul Kennedy at PT Boxing. I'm here with promoter Eddie Hearn. How are you today, Eddie? You okay?
Very well, mate. How are you?
I'm fine. Just been here for the press conference for All or Nothing. June 26th, Echo Arena, the return of David Price, Tony Bellew, Callum Smith and Rocky Fielding as well. It's shaping up to be a good bill, Eddie, by the looks of it.
Yeah, we've got, obviously, Salland's just nailing down the Price fight against Tepper for the European title. Smith against Rebrassi is a great fight, perfect fight for Callum, and I think Vera against Rocky Fielding is a brilliant fight as well for him. So, you know, I'm excited about the card. It's our first card in Liverpool in 2015.
Yeah, I've noticed.
A lot of people have been asking us to come back, and glad to be back, and excited ahead of the 26th.
You know, lately we've had a lot of the matchroom stable fighting for world title fights. You've got James De Gale next week, got Paul Smith next month. We've just had Jamie McDonnell, Ricky Burns as well fighting. Everything's going well. Everything seems to be going well at the minute in the matchroom.
Well. I mean, we're at the development stage of a lot of fighters who are now ready to go. You know, we saw the Birmingham card last week, got a little bit of stick because it was like the final sort of episode, if you like, for those
progress.
fighters. So like Callum Smith, for example, Cow Yafai, Luke Campbell, Anthony Joshua. But that's how you develop fighters. So, you know, overall, I think we're doing well, and so many of our fighters are on the verge of big fights. Just
announced July 18th as well in Manchester. Anthony Crolla fighting for the world title, and Scott Quigg as well versus Kiko Martinez. Two cracking fights. It was an emotional press conference with Anthony.
It was. I didn't expect it really. I was just sort of chatting away and felt the throat sort of, you know, little lump in the throat, and then I passed to Crolla, who was like nearly in tears. But I think sometimes you just work, and it's like an accumulation of, you don't really think what's been going on over the last 6-7 months, and I think he started to realise what had happened over the last 7 months, and the fact that, you know, on July the 18th he'll be fighting for a world title in front of his home crowd.
That's it. Obviously Derry Matthews as well sort of went through a similar bit of ups and downs roller coaster with Richard Abril. That'd be a big fight, you know, if Crolla was to come through against Perez. And
yeah, but I mean, look at all the fight. I mean, Kevin Mitchell can beat Linares. You know, Mitchell against Crolla's a massive fight.
Huge
Mitchell
fight.
Against Matthews is a massive fight.
Yeah.
Mitchell against Crolla against Flanagan if he wins the world. I mean, it's like you got three Brits fighting for world titles in the lightweight division in the space of about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a brilliant time for British boxing all round.
Just touching on Kevin Mitchell there, May the 30th, an absolute monster of a card. We've got Kelbrook against Frankie Gavin. Mitchell, obviously Lee Selby, seen the documentary, obviously that's just come out with his dad, doing the voiceover. Yeah. So, you know, quite possibly 3 new British champions, providing if Frankie Gavin was to come through successful as well. How is it for you as a promoter having 2 fights fighting against each other? Because obviously you don't want neither one to lose.
Someone just asked me, like, who do you want to win? You sort of go numb emotionally. You say, look, 2 great kids, 2 great fighters, off you go. It's a great opportunity for you. May the best man win. You don't really sort of sit there, go on. You sort of say, it's a weird feeling, you know. It's, in Froch Groves 1, they were both my fighters, and it was quite hard being, you know, independent. And obviously in the build-up to the fight, there was a lot of rivalry, and then the second fight, he wasn't my fighter, and it was like, go on, Carl.
Yeah, of course.
So it was a little bit different, but in that one, honestly, like, literally made a best man win.
Yeah.
If Frankie Gavin's good enough to beat Kelbrook and become world champion, good luck to him.
Just touching on George Groves there, Callum Smith obviously fighting Christopher Rebras for the WBC silver. We've seen Groves fight Rebras maybe just over a year ago now, and it looks like Callum Smith's heading towards that mandatory spot for the WBC.
I think Rebras is the absolutely perfect fight for the silver title. Obviously the comparisons with Groves as well, but I think more importantly, number 3 now in the WBC, beat Rebras and then straight into a final eliminator to become the mandatory challenger for the winner of Groves against Badu Jack. So literally Callum's 2 fights away now from challenging for that world title, and look at the way he's going. I mean, even though he only boxed Fedotovs in Birmingham, he destroyed him in the round. Like, people don't do that to him. He's a very tough journeyman.
That's what we've seen with Rocky Fielding, and obviously took him 8 rounds.
So it shows you how hard Callum Smith's punching.
That's it.
And you know, it's a great fight.
Also, Callum Smith and Rocky Fielding both here today, fighting on the same bill. But a lot of people, you know, have been speaking about them potentially fighting each other at some stage. You know, realistically, when can we see that fight happening?
My job is to progress their careers in the right way, and I just feel like that fight for the British title, I know people would love to see it, I would love to see it, but like, you've got 2 guys that are ranked top 15 in the world, and no disrespect to the British title, but I'd kind of like to try and make that for a final eliminator, or even for a world title, you know?
Definitely, yeah.
So I think they'd both take the fight, you know, but for me, it just seems like a bit of a waste.
I think it's
Maybe
too
I
soon.
contradict
Too
myself
soon,
because
maybe.
I say, don't wait, always make
Yeah.
great fights. But I just feel like normally I'm talking about that for world titles rather than British titles. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Another one, obviously, the Smith brothers. You've got Paul Smith fighting a very tough fight, yeah. One of the pound for pound greatest in the world at the minute. But probably the best time for Paul Smith to get in with Andre Ward.
I think so. Look, at the end of the day, people say, oh, he's taking it for the money. So what if he is? He's not. He's taking it because he wants to fight the best.
Yeah.
And he's excited to be in that fight. Of course, the money's important. But what else are you going to do?
Well,
come back and fight Rocky or fight for the British title. How can you get motivated for that? You just had 2 fights with Arthur Abraham for the world title. Now you get a chance to box in America.
Yeah.
Big money against Paul Smith. You've got to take it.
Yeah.
Massive underdog in the fight. Got a chance, but he's going to have to pull something very, very special out of the bag.
Yeah.
But, so it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Obviously, just a couple of weeks ago, we seen Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. get knocked out by Fonfara, which sort of eliminated the possibility between him and Froch. Do you think personally Froch will call it a day now?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've said in a couple of interviews, because of the way he fights, if he's not motivated and he's not up for it, there's no point in fighting him.
Yeah.
Because what's he got to achieve? He don't need the money. He's a 4-time champion of the world. He just knocked Groves out in front of 80,000 at Wembley. I don't know if you know about that. So what a great way to bow out. But no, if the right fight comes along, he will take it. But it doesn't seem like any fight is going to get him motivated.
Yeah. One person that is motivated, we've seen Anthony Joshua. I think it's the first time I've probably seen him with a little bit more of a kick to him, with Kevin Johnson. Someone finally saying that, he's going to.
That fight. He wants to do a job on him. But there's another side to Anthony Joshua, and you will see it in time. I mean, a very nice man, but he's vicious.
Yeah.
He likes to knock people out. And he wants to knock Kevin Johnson out because he's getting under his skin a little bit. But that's good. We wanted that from this fight. So that's going to end up being a really big fight by the time that comes around. Yeah,
it does. It seems to me and a lot of fans that it is sort of a perfect fight now at Anthony Joshua's career.
So, perfect fight commercially, perfect fight from a development standpoint as well, and a technical standpoint. And he's ready now. He's ready for those big fights.
It will, it's going to be good to see how Joshua compares to the likes of Fury and Klitschko and Chisora, who obviously haven't knocked Johnson out before, and Joshua with his all KOs record at the minute. Another fighter that we were speaking about there was Dylan White and also David Price. So it's a big market that's just entering now for British heavyweight boxing.
I'm pretty sure he'll fight both of those guys.
Yeah.
Within the next 10 months, something like that. And what a great time for British heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
Got Fury might challenge Klitschko for the world title. So it's a great time to be part of the heavyweight division.
It is a great time. Well, that's it for us today. Thanks a lot for your time, Eddie, and best of luck for all the fighters.
Thank you.
Thank you.